know I got the receipts, girl. You know I got the receipts. The future of health is clear with Ritual. Daily essentials with good intentions for living life or creating it. Now, Ritual has the multivitamin for women, prenatal vitamins, a daily shake, and a multivitamin for men. Those are just some of their products. Ritual is easy to start and easy to cancel. Now, Ritual's team of scientists and nutritional experts are on a mission to turn your new healthy habit into a ritual. They offer free shipping, control of your own delivery date, free and easy cancellation, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. So click the link in the description box and get started today at making Ritual part of your daily health regimen. Hey you guys, welcome back to the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl Sweet Pea and I'm back with another video. Let me know if you can hear before I go all into my spiel. Please let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Let me know if you can hear and if you can see and everything like that. And we will jump into this. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know. Can you guys hear? Hola, Tia. Let me know. I just need one person to say you can hear me. Hey, Bougie Barbie. Before I get into it, because I hate to be saying everything and then y'all don't hear. Okay, you hear and see me. Thank you, Bougie Barbie, my member. The real Patty. Hey, girl. All right, so welcome back to the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl, Sweet Pea, and I am back with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. And if you're a new subscriber, welcome to the Sweet Pea Diaries. Be sure to like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Y'all know what time it is. All right, who we got in the building tonight? Who we got in the building? Let's see. Who's in the chat? We got Candy. We got Gary Austin. Sparkle is here. Antonio Mitchell. Simply Lee is here. Bougie Barbie, my member. Miss Nikki's here. Ebony. Hey, girl. Miss Nikki. I said that. Kay, let's talk about it. We got Naya. We got Do You Know the Muffin Man? We got Sexy Brown Eyes. T is here. The Real Patty. What's going on? And we got Sephora has entered the chat. Blackness. Tanya Douglas, my member. Loading is here. Queen Brielle, my member. Courtney Jackson is here. What's going on, dear? Oh, hiccups. Sweet Pea, it looks dark. Oh, you can't see me. Well, I don't know, girl. I don't know why you can't see, because everybody else can see and it's not dark. It's given very much relaxed. This is my new setup. This is how we look every time we go live. So I don't know why you can't see, girl. You better fix your camera, honey. Yeah, because I'm good. I can see everything, so I can see. All right. So yeah, you guys, we are here. Y'all know what it's giving. We are here to talk. She said, can I turn on the lights? Girl, the lights is on. What's going on, Tootsie? Hey, Michelle. Hey, Courtney. Yeah, you guys, this is my new setup. This is what we do. This is how it is. I love it. I could turn the lights up a little bit, but I'm not going to, because my hair, I had a little, child. I straightened my hair out. And this is not professionally done. I straightened it out just to try to come live, because I washed my hair and I really didn't want to have my curls out. So I tried to straighten my hair out, and it's just doing whatever. So bear with me, child. Hey, Mooney. Hey. Right. It's giving grown and sexy. It's a whole mood. So we're here to talk about this person right here, right here. We're going to talk about this. We are talking about Tasha K being sued yet again. Yet again. And this time, extortion. Now, extortion, that's a criminal word, all right? There's a couple people that emailed me and they were like, Sweet Pea, if you don't get on this, I don't know. Get them documents. You are the Pacer princess. So y'all know that we have the court documents. We will be going over those tonight. As I always say, we are not paralegal. We are not lawyers. I am in no way, shape, or form giving any legal advice, any type of, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to tell anybody. Listen, we just go over the court documents, and we always say, hashtag we can read, because, it's common sense. This woman, I don't even know what to say about this, okay? She is just never going to learn, okay? So apparently, if you do not know what is going on, it's been everywhere. So apparently she did an interview, and y'all know how she gets these salacious interviews. Everybody that is working for celebrities, or if they're a mistress, or if they are ex-friend, or if they whatever, they go over to Tasha K. They want to tell this lady their story. Okay. But apparently she has stepped up a game, and she has decided to extort Kevin Hart. Now, I'm going to tell you how you know that she did this, because she admitted it herself. Now, basically what it is that they are saying, she did an interview with Tasha K did an interview with Kevin Hart's ex-assistant. And that girl was over there giving all types of tea on Kevin Hart and Nico, the cheating, the babies that he's having on Nico and everything like that. And so, well, let's just roll some clips. Okay, so the Neighborhood Talk They, of course, have been posting, what has been going on, and they've been. So let's just take a couple look at some clips real quick.
To me January 4th, 2020 and said, hello, Tasha. It's right here. He said, hello, Tasha. I just want to say thank you for keeping it 100. And in my opinion, riding for me during your segment regarding Kev, you won't regret it. I promise you. I'm so glad you see right through the bullshit. Just know I've been set up and framed for some shit I had zero parts of. I also know that Kevin Hart wasn't even fucking extorted. He's lying about that. Nobody ever contacted Kevin Hart and demanded anything. We have hardcore evidence to prove this. So I guess that's because Kevin filmed the video. Also, as you saw in the docuseries, they tried to make it seem as if I'm still tied to some plot to extort Kevin. Lies. I'm now being charged with identity theft. So we went from 2 counts of extortion in the beginning that were dropped to identity theft. Unreal. Kevin and his team know what I know and made it a point to not let the world know because they know it would make Kevin look bad. Just know that in this case is way deeper than you think. And also, you are also correct. I will be vindicated very soon. Everything you said during the live segment in regards to the scandal has been spot on. He said the girl set up the camera. Again, we have proof and evidence that she was extremely involved in that aspect of it. I also know that I was never arrested for anything that happened that year. I was arrested because they had the nerve to say I sent Kevin Hart a demand email to his personal email account on April 27, 2018, talking about I had a molestation tape of him, which was totally false and desperate. A lie they jammed me up for. We also have proof for this fact as well. Proof meaning I was arrested for a second email they claim Kevin received 8 months later after the scandal. You notice they never mentioned or said anything to the world or the media in regards to that fact. Anyway, I would love to come on your show one day and drink some wine and talk about it. So, yes. And he said one more thing. Kevin lied about the FBI being involved. They were never involved in this case. Made up case. We have evidence of that as well. Ooh. Yes. And the woman's name is Montia Sabag. Yes. Yes. Okay. The one Kevin got it popping with, he says in Vegas behind setting him up.
Ooh. See? There must have been 2 cameras in that room. The one that Kevin had in his hand and the other one she had in his hand, her hand. But I didn't know she had.
But they flew together. He was on a plane with,
correct,
with billionaires on his plane and flew to Vegas. And you said that does Kevin have a gambling problem or something?
Kevin definitely has a gambling problem.
Machine you worked for was the Harts.
Yes.
Kevin Hart.
Aniko Hart.
What made you reach out?
It is a time for Hollywood to hear this story, especially because a lot of people are locked in non-disclosures and they're not able to talk and protect themselves. But you have to protect the person you're working for. Where's your protection?
When did things start to turn up around there?
The extortionist. I'm listening to Mario on the radio in the morning. I almost crashed my car because I heard him say that Kevin's best friend, JT Jackson, had set him up.
In exchange for millions of dollars.
All the charges were dropped against JT, but they weren't dropped against Kevin.
They redug up, I guess, old LGBTQ jokes or something.
Correct.
That he was saying on Twitter, and they wanted him to apologize, and he said, fuck you.
Haley is his publicist, so she called me. She was just like, hey, Maisha, have you spoken to Kevin? I was like, no. I was like, Dave Becky just called me, his manager. Why? And then she was like, the whole Oscar thing, Kevin needs to say an apology. He's about to lose Nike.
The first scandal was with the first baby.
Correct.
The one in Vegas.
Yes.
So these other scandals.
It's another one in the office.
She pregnant again.
Correct. With her second baby.
And he's still leaving semen stains all over the counter at the Heartbeat Studio.
Correct.
And showering and then going home like.
I told Aniko, Kevin is cheating on you with a girl named Mix Morgan. She's his flight attendant. She's on his planes.
Does Kevin have a gambling problem or something?
His game is poker.
He gambled y'all money away and had to pay y'all half checks?
Yes. Exactly. It was Leland. Leland was messing with our money. But I said, here she is.
She got it. She on vacation every day. When you see a bitch and all she do is post vacation pictures with no nigga beside her, the nigga taking the picture. He's like, nah, baby. Girl, I'm gonna take the pictures for you as many angles as you want, but I can't to ensure he don't go up in these motherfucking photos.
Right. Nico, I love you. I'm not gonna speak bad on her.
Aniko's pretty.
Aniko's my girl.
I'm gonna let the winos judge. I'm gonna put up a side-by-side wife versus alleged side bitch.
Now, this is what she does. I mean, I just don't. That girl must don't ever want to work in Hollywood ever again. The fact she was only making $30,000 a year just to even be an assistant of Kevin Hart's, but the fact that she's doing this, she's never gonna work as a personal assistant, an assistant to anyone ever again in Hollywood. She can hang that up. All right. Now, a lot of people are saying, how can she get sued by Kevin Hart if the girl Maisha was up there? She's the one that's doing all the talking. How is Tasha K going to be sued for defamation and whatnot? So we got the court documents. We're going to go over it. And then I'm going to give my commentary about that. But we got a lot of stuff to get into, a lot of paperwork to read, because that lawsuit is 21 pages, as well as there is a cease and desist letter that was sent to Tasha K from the attorneys of Kevin Hart. So we're going to get all into this, because apparently what it is that she's being accused of someone from Tasha K's camp had actually reached out to Kevin Hart, I guess his camp, and said that she was going to be dropping this interview with the assistant that you see, that she was going to be dropping that interview. And if he did not want her to drop that, he needed to run $250,000 into them, right? That's the extortion, right? That's where extortion comes in. But Tasha K then admitted to that, because when she went live, I guess, to air the video, she said, well, we got to air the video. We got to air the interview. When you don't pay, we got to get our money some kind of way. We got to get our money, we got to do the video because you didn't pay. So she basically admitted to it right there, that she knew about it, or she had someone do it, and that she did know about so she can't come out and say, well, my assistant or someone from my camp, they are the ones that sent that email to Kevin Hart or whatever. I didn't do it. I didn't have anything to do with it. When she sat there and admitted it, she admitted to it. So that's the one point, is what she's being sued for. And the criminal charge is extortion. And we're going to talk about how charges go. People are like, well, this happened back in November. Ain't nobody come arrest her. She ain't been locked up or nothing like that. When you have a charge filed against you, and I would know, because I've had a charge filed against me, but mine, they are no longer pending. I don't have 330 charges any longer. They have been all pleaded down to one charge. And I have probation as a punishment. So my shit is over. Finito. We're done. Tasha, you went on live and tried to expose me for that. But girl, you right back in another lawsuit. I'm done. My shit is wrapped up. Key throat, we done. You on the other hand, you got $4 million that you need to be paying. Now you have this shit to deal with Kevin Hart. You also have R. Kelly and the feds you need to be dealing with. And you probably got another lawsuit coming at you from Will and Jada Smith. So, I don't know. Now, when you have charges, usually how this goes, when you call the police on somebody and you are going to accuse them of doing something to you that is illegal, that is criminal, what happens is, like, your attorney, whoever, or so Kevin Hart has his attorney reaching out to the police. I'm assuming that's who did it. So they said that they contacted the police. When they contact the police, it is then the police's job to investigate the crime. The detective will investigate the crime. He then will take his findings to the DA, what state, I'm assuming it's going to be in the state of Florida where Tasha is at. They're going to then take the charges to the DA, as well as the evidence and everything, the videos, the extortion letter or email, whoever, sent that. They're going to take the clip of Tasha admitting to knowing about the extortion attempt, the email or the ransom money or whatever, by acknowledging in that video, if you don't pay, well, this is what happens when you don't pay. They're going to take that to the DA, who is then going to decide if they have enough evidence or, enough to charge her with extortion or whatever else. Usually what they do, they go and look through whatever elements you need to whatever charge, the person is being accused of. They go and they look through the law books to make sure that you meeting certain elements to be charged with these crimes. So if the DA feels that they have met the burden of proof where she can be charged, they will then issue a warrant for her arrest, and then they will go arrest her. Okay? And usually that does not happen overnight. Okay? That doesn't happen overnight. Okay? That usually takes some time. So the fact that they, may have done this in November, people are saying it's just December. This could even take 3 months. It takes time sometimes for them to, and plus we are in the holiday season. So there are DAs, people are on vacation, courthouses is closed, different clerks is closed. So things could be taking some time because it is holiday season. Now, they may not, or they may have enough evidence and they charge her, but I'm telling you, that's how it goes. They don't just, we issue charges, boom, we come get you. It takes time. They got to investigate. They got to make sure they got, enough to substantiate bringing charges against someone. So that's how that's going to go. All right. So they are also trying to compare. That's what that first clip was. They are also trying to compare when he alleged to being extorted before by someone. So Tasha is, of course, acting like this ain't nothing. This ain't no sweat off my back. I'm not worried about it. Same thing as she was doing with Cardi B. She cooler than a fan, cool breeze. I'm not worried about it. It's bringing traffic to my app. It's bringing me attention. And that's all I'm in it for anyway. That's all I care about anyway. Clicks, views, likes, shares, subscribers. Okay, that's all she does it for. So let's pull up these documents and let's get into it. We're going to start off with what was sent to her from the attorneys. Okay. All right. Now, probably, yeah, I'm going to have to. Okay, here we go. All right. Let me share my screen. All right. I'll try to make it a little bigger. All right. So this is, of course, Kevin Hart, K Hart Enterprises. He's the plaintiff. He is filing this lawsuit against Misha Shakes and Latasha Transrena Kibi and Kibi Studios. All right. The complaint is for civil extortion, breach of contract, intentional interference with contractual relations, invasion of privacy, and defamation. Now, when he's saying that he's suing her, he's suing the Maisha and Tasha because of this breach of contract. Okay, because hey Denad, I see you. She was under an NDA. Okay, we have the NDA that is included in this complaint. At the time that she was working for Kevin Hart, she was under an NDA. Now, people could say, well, the NDA expired. You heard what she said in that clip. People are under NDAs and they can't speak about things. Hollywood needs to know this story. People are under NDAs and to protect the celebrity, but who is protecting the person that has signed the NDA? First of all, you don't need no goddamn protection. You are the employee. You signed a contract, so you are contractually obligated to not speak on whatever that NDA says you cannot do. All right? So if said situations that she's speaking about happened during the time of the NDA, she's definitely in trouble. She's definitely going to have to answer for that interview she just did. Because just because the NDA is expired now, you were under an NDA then, okay? So I want to go back to the actual letter that was sent to Tasha K from the attorneys, okay? Now, this was sent to her via email. It says, to Latasha Transrena Kebe. Miss Kebe, this office represents Kevin Hart. I am writing regarding your recent and ongoing violations of civil and criminal law and to demand that you immediately cease and desist all such activity. You have already engaged in criminal conduct and tortious acts that would entitle Mr. Hart to monetary damages against you should he elect to commence civil litigation regarding this matter. To the extent that you do not cease and desist now, your liability for such monetary damages will increase, as will your exposure to criminal penalties. So they're telling her right there in that paragraph, we are going to sue you if you do not cease and desist, meaning remove that damn video. Remove that interview that you did with that assistant. If you do not stop it, the monetary damages that we are seeking right now are going to increase as you continue to post and leave this video up, as will your exposure to criminal penalties. So you're criminally liable right now, but those criminal charges are going to increase. We're going to look for more shit to charge you with if you don't take down that damn video. Okay? As you are no doubt aware, recently someone on Mr. Hart's team was contacted by an unknown individual who indicated that he was affiliated with you and or your blogs. This individual, working at your direction, stated that you would publish a story on social media. The story that you contend would be damaging to Mr. Hart's reputation unless Mr. Hart pays $250,000. This, of course, constitutes extortion under Penal Code Section 518 and gives rise to both criminal and civil liability against you and anyone involved in your efforts to extort Mr. Hart. California's extortion law prohibits any attempt to obtain consideration from another through the wrongful use of force or fear. Your effort to extract payment from Mr. Hart by threatening exposure of information supposedly harmful to him is a textbook example. We have thus contacted the police and will be following up with law enforcement as we deem appropriate. Now, I'm telling you right here, this is how they do it. This is like a demand letter. This is similar to, it's a cease and desist, but it's similar to a demand letter as well. Like an attorney or someone will send you if you owe them something or if you're, obligated to them legally in some way, shape, or form. And if they tell you that they have contacted the police and they will be following up with law enforcement, you better believe that they have done that. And I think she thinks this is a joke, as she always does. She thought that the Cardi B lawsuit was a joke. And she better take this seriously because you are breaking the law. Extortion is a crime, okay? We understand the story to be an interview with Mr. Hart's former assistant, Maisha Shakes, that supposedly includes scandalous assertions against him. We note that Ms. Shakes has a documented history with law enforcement in matters involving other high-profile individuals. In advance of your threatened publication of the story, you posted a teaser with Ms. Shakes on YouTube, and then they put the clip, like the link to this teaser, which clearly was intended as a threat, sending a message to Mr. Hart's team that the more detailed story would not be published if and only if the ransom is paid. Your statement at approximately the mark 206, mark of the teaser video, says, when you don't pay, we have to get money by any means necessary. They said that statement is particularly damning and leaves no ambiguity, whatever. That criminal extortion was your intent. So that's what I'm telling you right there, where she messed herself up when she went on live and she said that in that video. When she played the teaser and she claimed, when you don't pay, we have to get money by any means, she let them know that I know this person sent that email, and they sent the email on my behalf. Had she not have made that statement, then she could have said, whoever sent you that email, I wasn't aware that they sent it, so it's, I don't got nothing to do with that. She could have got out of it. But by saying that, she definitely knew about the extortion. Now, in addition to liability arising from such criminal conduct, the threatened activity would constitute a violation of a non-disclosure agreement between Mr. Hart and Ms. Shakes. That certain mutual release and non-disclosure agreement dated October 22nd of 2020 between those individuals. While we do not presently know the specifics of the story or of Ms. Shakes' assertions, the subject matter of the story to which the YouTube teaser alludes would necessarily derive from information Ms. Shakes gained while in Mr. Hart's employ, and thus fall squarely within the NDA's definition of confidential information. So at the time that they had sent this cease and desist, it's clear that she had not aired the entire interview. All right. So they did not know exactly what was going to be in that interview because they had not seen it. All they saw was the teaser. So they told her, you better stop now. Do not air this entire video. Cease and desist now. And what did she do? She sent it anyway. She aired it anyway, okay? And they clearly told her this girl was under an NDA. Now, you remember in Tasha's interview, she thought that she got over and that she covered her ass when she asked Maisha if she was under an NDA. And because Maisha said, yeah, I'm under the NDA, but, if there's some wiggle room, that was enough for Tasha. This is the same blueprint that was followed with the goddamn Star Marie interview. Okay? Tasha doesn't need receipts. She don't care. As long as these people coming up here saying the most egregious shit, they're going to have a platform. She's going to give them a platform. We are aware of the fact that you have an established history of posting defamatory and otherwise improper content regarding celebrities and other high-profile individuals. For instance, most recently, you were found liable for civil damages exceeding $3 million in a defamation lawsuit by the musician Cardi B, and they cite the case between her and Cardi B. You and your accomplices' actions with respect to Mr. Hart are more of the same, in addition to being flatly criminal as set forth above. Your adjudicated history of such misconduct is further evidence of your intent in this case, leaving no doubt as to your liability here. We also are aware that you have recently filed for bankruptcy protection. You should be advised that under Bankruptcy Code Section 523, debt incurred As a result of a debtor's willful or malicious injury to a creditor here, Mr. Hart is not subject to discharge. You will thus not be able to evade any liability for monetary damages to Mr. Hart that you incur as a result of the misconduct described herein, which would not constitute dischargeable pre-petition debt in any event. In the light of the foregoing issues, we demand that you immediately cease and desist all activity and public statements relating to the story and refrain from any publication or threatened release of the story. Please have your attorneys contact me to discuss this matter in further detail. We note that the foregoing is not an exhaustive recitation of applicable facts and law relevant to this matter, and none of the above constitutes a waiver of any of Mr. Hart's rights or remedies with respect thereto. So they were basically saying that we don't know, we've not seen this interview, but we know that you have a history with Cardi B's lawsuit. We know that you owe her $3 million. We also know that you filed bankruptcy in an attempt to not have to pay Cardi B. But you won't be able to do that here, ma'am, because as you know, willful or malicious injury to a creditor cannot be discharged under bankruptcy. And you have done that to Mr. Hart. So, ma'am, stop your shit right now, or you won't have any money left to your name. It's basically what this letter is saying. We know all about you, Miss Kibi. We know we know your game on YouTube. We know that you don't care about people's lives. You don't care. Now, I wonder how Tasha K would feel if somebody interviewed her fucking husband. I wonder how she would feel if somebody had her fucking family up there on an interview telling all her damn family business. Talking about people that her husband is screwing. Talking about people, maybe wives he got in Africa. Maybe there's someone that want to come on my show and talk about why your son, you sent him to Africa. I wonder how she would take it. Because as you can see, she clearly had it out for me when I told the truth about her lawsuit against Cardi B. So you see how she acts when it's her called to the carpet. When anybody got any tea on her, she wants to ruin them. She want to chase them down. She want to expose them. But she want to go after everybody she can and tell their dirty laundry. She don't care about these people's kids. She don't care that this man got teenage kids, that they can go online and see all of this shit. She don't care. I wonder how she would feel if Shaq's daughter, your stepdaughter, came up here and did an interview detailing how you don't feed them and how you was on a live for 4 hours drinking wine, getting drunk, and she kept asking for something to eat. Go on and fix them goddamn oodles and noodles. Go on and fix you a peanut butter and jelly. You didn't want to feed your kids while you was on that live with them winos. So let's look at the 21-page lawsuit. And we are ignoring asinine comments in the comment section. We are not answering any stupid ass questions. So please don't ask stupid ass questions. Florida gal for life. Thank you. So let's get started. Let's read this complaint. So the plaintiffs are, of course, Kevin Hart and his company. Hart is a comedian. We know that. KHE is his corporation. The plaintiffs are informed and believe and base thereon allege that at all times mentioned herein, the defendant Maisha Shakes was and is an individual residing and doing business in Los Angeles. And beginning in or around August 8th of 2017 and continuing through October 22nd of 2020, she was employed by Heartbeat Productions as Kevin Hart's personal assistant. The plaintiffs are informed and they believe, based thereon, allege that at all times mentioned herein, defendant Latasha Transrena Kebe was and is an individual residing in the states of Georgia and Florida who regularly transacts business in the state of California, including in connection with the matters at issue herein. The plaintiffs are informed and believe and based thereon allege that at all times mentioned herein, defendant Kebe Studios was and is a Georgia limited liability company which regularly transacts business in the state of California and county of Los Angeles, including in connection with the matters that are herein. So the plaintiffs are informed and believe and based thereon allege that Kebe through Kebe Studios operates a website called Tasha K Live and is active on various social media platforms, including but not limited to Instagram and YouTube, wherein Kebe specializes in posting salacious and unverified news about celebrities. So, girl, they even know that you a tabloid, okay? Kebe has an established history of posting defamatory and otherwise improper content regarding celebrities. For instance, most recently, she was found liable for damages exceeding $3 million in a defamation lawsuit by the musician Cardi B. The plaintiffs are unaware of the true names or capacities of the defendants sued herein under the fictitious names does 1 through 20 inclusive and sue said fictitiously named defendants in accordance with California law. The plaintiffs are informed and believe and based thereon allege that at all times herein mentioned does 1 through 20 are and were individuals, corporations, associations, or otherwise. The plaintiffs will amend this complaint to allege their true names and capacity when they become known to the plaintiffs. Shakes, Kebe Studios, and Does 1 through 20 are herein referred to collectively as the defendants. The plaintiffs are informed and believes and based thereon allege that at all times mentioned herein, the defendants, including Does 1 through 20, were the agents, employees, representatives, fiduciaries, insurers, and or co-conspirators of each other, and that defendants were acting within the course and scope of such relationships and are responsible for the alleged acts herein. So what that means, Does 1 through 20 were the agents, so they don't know who exactly sent the email, what they're saying. They know Tasha has some employees. They don't know who they are. They don't know if it's 1 through 20, if it's 20 people. But they're just to be on the safe side, I'm assuming that they said 1 through 20. We know she does not have 20 employees. So she's saying 1 through 20. They're saying 1 through 20. And someone's in the chat talking about, no, that is Shaq's daughter. From what I'm told, that is not Tasha K's daughter. The boy is Tasha K's and Shaq's. Okay? That's the tea that I have always been told. So if someone can tell me differently, then please say so in the chat. But from what I have always been told and from what I thought is that she is not her daughter, that she is Shaq's daughter. I mean, they aren't close at all. if that is her biological daughter, it damn sure don't seem like it. So from what I hear, that's not her daughter. So I mean, if we can clarify that, we'll get that tea. But that's what I've always been told. So yeah, so they are saying, you know, the does are the people that work for her. That's both theirs. That's why he started out. That's both theirs. That's why he started. I don't know what that means, Tanya. Oops. I don't know what that means. Okay, so they know that she's, you know, she just makes up things about celebrities, and that's what her channel is known as. So is it her stepdaughter or it's her daughter? I don't know. Did she have that daughter? I've always said that they just are not close, and it just, I did not know that was her daughter. I don't know. I don't know. I know I have a close relationship with my kids, and you can tell that they my kids. That girl, I don't know. And it looks like she can't stand Tasha. All right. She looked like she just ready to spill all the beans. Girl, when you turn 18, come holler at me. I would love to interview you, honey. All right. So the facts are here. During the course of her employment with Hart and Heartbeat, Shakes served as Hart's personal assistant. In said capacity, Shakes was privy to certain confidential business and personal information regarding Hart, his family, friends, and associates, various Heartbeat personnel, and employees at other Hart-affiliated companies. And as a result, Shakes appeared to be in a position to disseminate or confirm allegations about those persons and entities, regardless of their truth or falsity. Whether it's a lie or whether it's the truth. Okay. It's her daughter. Okay, child. Well, they said the child is saying that's her daughter. They said that's Tasha K's child. So I guess that's Shaq's stepchild. I mean, is that Shaq's and her child? They said that ain't her and Shaq's daughter, that just the boy is her and Shaq's. So what is it? What is it? Oh, that's how it goes. Shaq was supposed to go to Africa, but Tasha got pregnant with the daughter and he stayed. Oh, child, not you trapping Shaq with a baby. So that's why there's no connection with the baby, with the daughter, because you used her to trap Shaq. Ooh, Shaq was ready to get on away from you, honey. He was ready to go back to Africa, so you trapped him with a baby. Oh, okay. So upon Shakes entering her employment relationship with Heartbeat, Shakes and Heartbeat entered into that certain confidentiality agreement dated August 8th of 2017. So the copy of this is Exhibit A. The confidentiality agreement defined to include the following: matters concerning the business operations, business ideas, know-how, techniques, methodologies, and business relationships of any of the protected parties, with protected parties defined to include Heartbeat's owner, its officers, directors, shareholders, clients, family, friends, associates, and contractees, including but not limited to affiliated entities of the owner. So I'm going to tell you right here, the lady that she was talking about that he was cheating with, and saying that she was his flight attendant. Well, that means that she is working for Kevin Hart. She's an associate. She's a contractee. She's protected under this NDA. Okay, so keep that in mind. The confidentiality agreement further provided that Shakes expressly agrees that recipients shall not directly or indirectly, verbally or otherwise, publish, disseminate, disclose, or cause to be published, disseminated, or disclosed any confidential information to any person, firm, or entity whatsoever. So the NDA expressed that she was not to directly or indirectly, verbally or otherwise publish anything, disseminate, disclose anything about what was going on in the course of her employment that she was seeing or being privy to. On or around October 22nd of 2020, Shakes on one hand and Hart on behalf of himself, Heartbeat, and all other Hart-affiliated companies, on the other hand, entered into that certain mutual release and non-disclosure agreement dated October 22nd of 2020. And now that's the second NDA, and they have that attached as Exhibit B. The NDA called for Hart to pay Shakes $30,000 per year for a period of 3 years, along with other consideration. So that means that, along with other consideration, meaning he could pay her extra if he wanted to. If he wanted to give her a bonus, or, it didn't have to just be $30,000 per year. It was along with other consideration. That also means if he's flying, or if you're being his personal assistant and you are, going on trips or being, a part of that, you're getting those perks as well. The NDA defines as confidential information the following: private and confidential information which is not generally known to the public or readily ascertainable by proper means by others, and is subject to reasonable efforts to maintain its secrecy pertaining to any of the following protected parties: Kevin Hart, his affiliated companies, including their officers, directors, and executives, and Kevin Hart's family members, past, present, and future, and their affiliated entities, including their officers, directors, and executives. So I find this interesting that the second NDA was worded differently. If you catch that, the first NDA did not word it this way, okay? Now, this one specifically said you were to maintain secrecy pertaining to any of the following protected people, all right? And it included his family members, past, present, and future, all right? Keep that in mind. So when she's talking about Aniko and talking about, maybe the ex-wife, could be talking about Tori, if there were anything, mentioned about her, she's protected under this NDA. The NDA further provides that Shakes shall not directly or indirectly disclose, exploit, or disseminate confidential information to any person or entity whatsoever, including but not limited to friends, family members, journalists, tabloids, television or radio programs, websites, or internet social media, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all collectively third parties, or threaten to do so. So this further says that she was not to speak to any reporters, her friends, family members, journalists, tabloids, television, radio. She wasn't to post on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or even threaten to post any information about the Harts or any people that worked for them, anything that she saw. So all of that was covered under the NDA. So people that are saying that this girl cannot be sued and she basically told information that already was known, Kevin already had talked about this in specials and comedy shows and da-da-da-da-da. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was information that he may have said, or she was in the employment from 2017 to 2020. She said information to Tasha K that we did not know about, especially about that mistress that is the flight attendant and working or whatever. And when they were teasing about him and her her being pregnant again, the second child. I didn't know anything about that. I ain't never heard that before. So it says clearly here, information that is not readily available to the public, information that we can't just go get. She's not supposed to come out with anything like that. And even if there is information that he might have said, she publicly disclosed and repeated things that she saw during her employment. And she didn't say in her interview, I'm telling you information that he said in his special. She came up there specifically giving tea. She presented herself as being the assistant. And I'm giving you information that is secret. And I know it because I was the assistant and I was around. That's how she presented the information. Had she had presented the information as though this is public and we're just talking about what he said? No, you came up there like you got tea. That's why you're there. She asked you, why are you talking now? Tasha asked her, why did you come on the show? Why did you reach out? And she clearly said, because it's people that are working for these celebrities. Hollywood needs to know this story. We are prohibited under NDAs, and these celebrities are protected under these NDAs, but who is protecting us? Girl, what you mean? The money, the salary that you are paid, these NDAs that you sign are protecting you. This is protecting your ass against for liability. You don't realize that. This protects you as well, because you could say, well, I signed an NDA, so I'm not, when people come at you and journalists and people want interviews, I signed an NDA. I'm not at liberty to speak about it. That's it. That's all. End of story. You don't have to feel pressured to give tea, to give information. No, y'all come out and y'all do this because y'all want to. Y'all want the clout. Y'all want the attention. Because the NDA is clearly, hey, I don't know nothing. I ain't see nothing. I can't talk about it. I have an NDA. But they want the clout so bad, and you don't want to work ever again in Hollywood, because you will not. You will not have a job with a high-profile celebrity ever again. Now, the NDA included an attorney's fee clause providing as follows. In any proceeding arising out of or related to this agreement or its enforcement, the prevailing party shall be entitled to recover all of his or her attorney's fees, costs, and expenses incurred. So this NDA even further went on to say, if we have to sue you, or like if anything arises that has to do with, a legal situation from this agreement, whoever wins, they have to cover the person's attorney's fees. Right? So if Kevin was to win, Maisha has to cover his attorney's fees. Other way around. If she was to win, Tasha was to win, he's got to cover their costs. So in or around November of 2023, Kibi conducted and recorded an interview with Shakes, wherein Shakes made various statements regarding Hart and his family and Heartbeat personnel and or employees of other Hart-affiliated entities. Notwithstanding the truth or falsity of any such statements, Shake would only have had knowledge regarding such subjects as a result of her employment with Hart and Heartbeat. Such information necessarily would have constituted confidential information as defined by the NDA, such as information regarding alleged personal relationships affecting the employment status of personnel at Hart-affiliated companies and subjects such as Hart's interactions with his family members. The interview also included false and defamatory statements regarding Hart and certain legal disputes in which he had been involved. That's when they were talking about that extortion with the other person, that, his friend or whatever. When her and Tasha got into that, they are saying those are the defamatory statements. So I've been seeing a lot of people that have been out here in comments under videos, and y'all are just throwing stuff around. How can she be accused of defamatory statements? She didn't say anything that was defamatory. She's just saying what's already known, or Kevin was cheating, and that's not a lie. And That's not what they're saying is defamatory. You have to read the lawsuit. You got to read the complaint. Just because they say the word defamatory, you got to see what it is that they're saying that was defamatory. So they are talking specifically about, in this sentence, legal disputes in which he is involved. They said that defamatory statements were made regarding that. So during the interview, Kibi asked Shakes whether she was subject to any non-disclosure agreements, which would have prohibited her from disclosing the type of information that was the subject of the interview. Shakes acknowledged that she and the plaintiffs were in fact party to the NDA, but claimed that the agreement had unspecified loopholes that she apparently contended would enable her to escape the consequences of her brazenly violating her promises to the plaintiffs and the NDA and confidentiality agreements terms. In or around November of 2023, an unidentified individual telephoned a Hart representative stating that the individual was affiliated with Kibi, that Kibi had conducted the interview with Shakes, and that the interview included information or allegations that the Kibi representative claimed would be damaging to Hart's reputation. Now, let me cut right there. If they were able to call and get in touch with Kevin Hart, if Latasha Kibi's employee was able to do that, that's because they got the number from Maisha. Because I highly doubt that Tasha K is around there, sitting around there with Kevin Hart's phone number or any people that work for Kevin Hart. So that tells me that she gave her the phone number. The individual stated that Kibi would publish the interview unless Hart paid a ransom of $250,000. On or around November 17th of 2023, Kibi posted a teaser for the interview on her YouTube, and it gave the link, wherein she, along with Shakes, touted the supposedly salacious and damaging nature of the interview. The teaser video clearly was intended as a threat to Hart that the more detailed interview would be published if the ransom was not paid. The teaser included a statement from Kibi at the 2:06 mark of the video, specifically warning that when you don't pay, we have to get money by any means necessary. Hart and his representatives contacted the police and did not pay the ransom that Kibi was demanding. On or around November 22nd of 2023, Hart's attorney wrote to Kibi demanding that she cease and desist all of her legally impermissible actions towards Hart and that she refrain from publishing the interview. A true and correct copy of that cease and desist letter is attached as Exhibit C, and we read that already. In that cease and desist communication, Mr. Mills specifically advised Kibi that Hart had contacted law enforcement about her threats. The cease and desist letter also advised Kibi that Hart and Shakes were parties to the NDA, that Shakes' participation in the interview was a violation of the NDA, and that Kibi's publication of the interview would constitute intentional interference with contractual relations, in addition to the various other criminal and tortious conduct that Kibi had engaged in up to that point. Now, for those people that are wondering or disputing that they called the police or not, this tells me right here, they would not include this in a document, in a complaint that is going to be sent to court. They wouldn't have prepared this complaint and enter it in on a docket and lie and say that they called the police if they did not. They absolutely did call the police. When they were called and threatened, instead of acting on it, responding to it, they immediately called the police. Okay? On December 22nd of 2022, Kibi advised Hart's representatives that she would in fact be publishing the interview. That evening at approximately 6 o'clock PST, 6 p.m., Kibi published the interview on her website, Tasha K Live, specifically at the link, and they put the link, charging viewers a $12 per month subscription fee in order to access the interview. The plaintiffs hereby incorporate, by reference, paragraphs 1 through 28 inclusive as if fully set forth herein. California courts recognize a private right of action for civil extortion under California Penal Code sections 518 and 519. The act of contacting an individual and threatening to make public statements about them in order to induce payment of money is extortion, pursuant to California Penal Code sections 518 and 519. The statement by Kibi's representative that the interview would be published if Hart did not pay constitutes extortion. As a direct and proximate result of the acts described above, the plaintiffs have been damaged in an amount to be proven at trial. Defendants' extortionate threats were done with oppression, fraud, and malice, with the intention of depriving the plaintiff of his personal liberty, property, or legal rights, and otherwise causing injury. And such actions were despicable conduct that subjected the plaintiffs to unjust hardship in conscious disregard of the plaintiff's rights, such that the plaintiffs are entitled to recover punitive and exemplary damages in addition to all actual and statutory damages to which the plaintiffs are entitled in order to set an example and deter such conduct. So they even saying here, they want to make an example of you, Tasha. They want to make an example of you, they said. They want to make an example in order to deter such conduct, in order to deter other people, other bloggers, other content creators for trying to do this act that you did. Breach of contract is the second cause of action. The plaintiffs hereby incorporate by reference paragraphs 1 through 34, inclusive as if fully set forth herein. So the plaintiffs and parties, they're talking about the NDA, which is supported by valid consideration, including but not limited to Hart's payment of $90,000 to Shakes. So they're saying that, this NDA is binding. It's valid because he paid the $90,000 salary. Okay. I don't think he paid it up front. I'm pretty sure he paid her $30,000 a year, and, her employment lasted for 3 years. So it's it was a total of $90,000. That's how much she's gotten from him, is what they're saying. The plaintiffs have performed all of the terms, conditions, covenants, and promises required to perform by them under the NDA, except those terms, conditions, covenants, and promises, if any, which Shakes prevented the plaintiffs from performing. Shakes has breached the NDA by disclosing information or making allegations that would necessarily entail disclosure of information defined as confidential information under the NDA, including statements regarding personnel and employment matters at Heartbeat and or other Hart-affiliated companies, and statements regarding Hart's interactions with his family and family members. Now, when they say here that including statements regarding personnel and employment matters, well, remember that statement that the assistant made to Tasha K, that he had a gambling problem, as well as she wasn't paid appropriately, that he had to pay half of the check or something like that. And she said, no, that was another person, that messed with their money. Well, that was covered under the NDA. She was not supposed to be speaking about employment matters, being paid, not being paid, or what other personnel at the company, whether they paid or not, or, So she violated the NDA by saying that. As a direct and proximate result of Shakes' material breaches of the NDA, the plaintiffs have suffered damages, including without limitation to the principal sum of $90,000 that Hart paid as consideration under the NDA, in addition to further damages in an amount according to proof at trial. So they're saying we want at least the $90,000 that we paid her, for a salary. And if the jury determines that we are, entitled to anything additional, give us that too. So the third cause of action is intentional interference with contractual relations. And this is against Tasha. Now, I can just imagine what this means. This means that she intentionally interfered with the NDA. When you asked Maisha if she was, is that her name? Maisha? Isn't that the name? Maisha, right? I want to make sure I'm saying it right. Yeah. When you asked Maisha if she was under an NDA and she said yes, and, made it like there was some wiggle room, and then you went on ahead and still interviewed her and sat there and kikied about things that she had agreed to not talk about under her NDA, you interfered with her contractual obligations. So the plaintiffs hereby incorporate by reference paragraphs 1 through 39, inclusive set forth herein. At the time of the interview, Kibi was aware that the plaintiffs and Shakes were parties to the NDA, with Kibi specifically asking about and Shakes specifically confirming that she and the plaintiffs were parties to said agreement. After the interview, Kibi was further advised that the plaintiffs and Shakes were parties to the NDA, that the subject matter of the interview necessarily constituted confidential information as defined by the NDA, and that publication of the interview would constitute interference with the NDA. Despite being fully aware of the plaintiff's contractual relationship with Shakes under the NDA, Kibi published the interview anyway, after undertaking the independently wrongful conduct of making the extortionate threats described herein. As a direct and proximate result of Kibi's conduct, the plaintiffs have suffered damages in an amount according to proof, including without limitation, not less than $90,000 that Hart paid as consideration under the NDA, and any additional damages to be proven at trial. So he wants $90,000 against Tasha as well. Okay, so here's where we're getting into what financial obligation is Tasha K being sued for. So because she breached the contract that Maisha signed, the $90,000 that was paid to her, they want that from Tasha K as well. So she's being sued for $90,000, the minimum. That's just the minimum right now for this intentional interference with contractual relations. The actions of Kibi in intentionally interfering with the plaintiffs and Shakes' contractual relationship under the NDA were done with oppression, fraud, and malice, with the intention of depriving the plaintiffs of their personal liberty, property, or legal rights, and otherwise causing injury, and such actions were despicable conduct that subjected the plaintiffs to unjust hardship and conscious disregard of the plaintiffs' rights, such that the plaintiffs are entitled to recover punitive and exemplary damages in addition to all actual and statutory damages to which the plaintiffs are entitled in order to set an example and deter such conduct. So not only do you have the night, see, this is the same. This is Cardi B all over again. Remember, it was 75. Remember, she only got to pay a little 75K. Well, that was just the minimum, right? And then the amount to be proven at trial, the jury said, give her $3 million. All right. So that's the same thing here. The minimum is $90,000. But once you get to trial, and if it goes to trial, and if the jury finds you liable, then it's going to be more than just $90,000, because they are also asking for punitive damages, exemplary damages, and statutory damages. So this is another Cardi B Star Marie all over again. This is the same exact situation. This woman is never going to learn. She thinks that being able to interview people on her YouTube channel and on her app, that this is like her civil liberties. Like, she's allowed to just get up there and say whatever she wants to say, let people lie, let people put out information that is protected under a contract, because they're on Tasha K's show. And Tasha K is the queen of YouTube. You know what I mean? It's like, girl, how cocky can you be? And how stupid can you be? Like, all of this for fucking YouTube? I just don't get it. I don't understand. What is, like, girl, is it really that deep? You are really in it to prove what to these people? You're not going to have nothing left. All of what you're doing and the money that you are making from this, it is all going out in legal fees. So what are you really gaining? This is ridiculous. And if anybody thinks that, like, y'all ain't reading this, you are not reading this. They absolutely have a case. I don't give a damn if someone else that he went through this with and they didn't have proof. Whatever this situation, this Tasha K, she definitely is going to be in hot shit, deep shit, hot water. She's going to have a criminal charge filed against her. She admitted to the extortion. Had she not admitted to it, they might have been able to wiggle around it. She admitted it by saying in that clip, in the 2.0 times 2.06 timestamp, that when you don't pay, we got to get our money some kind of way. She admitted to extorting him. She absolutely is going to pay the consequences for this. She will be arrested. If they file charges on her, she will be arrested. They will go to her house and they will arrest her. Yes, she will be taken down to the precinct, fingerprinted, the charge put on her. She won't stay overnight, or, she won't be in jail, but everyone has to go down, either turn themselves in or they arrest you with a warrant or something like that. But she would have to go down there with her attorneys if she don't want them to come and get her. But absolutely, there will be. Kevin Hart is a powerful person. I expect this to happen. I don't expect this to be thrown out. I don't expect this to be dropped. This is serious. This is a serious situation. You can't violate contracts. You can't violate NDAs. You are not above NDAs, Tasha K. Just because you asked that girl if she had an NDA and she said yes, that didn't make you, okay, I can go ahead and air it. I can go ahead and run with it. When she said yes, you ain't learned your lesson. You were supposed to stop that shit right there. When she admitted that she had an NDA, that should have been over. What do you have? What is your vendetta against people? You just don't like nobody. You don't even like yourself. Because you want to expose every and anybody. I don't understand it. I really don't. There is plenty of other content, plenty of celebrity, but see, she can't do celebrity gossip without feeling like she needs to be in the mix she loves it. She loves these people contacting her, sending emails, sending tea on people. She loves it. She loves to feel like she's got all the scoop and tea on everybody in fucking Hollywood. But when is somebody going to get the tea on your ass and expose your family life? When are they going to interview your husband's mistress? When are they going to interview one of your kids? One of your family members? One of your sisters? You got plenty of them. When are they going to interview your stepsisters and cousins and people that you round there be talking about that you grew up with, or that, this person ain't shit and that person abused you and this person? When are we going to find someone that we can get some tea on Tasha K? Y'all go ahead and drop in my emails, teachyouhowtotube@gmail.com. And if you got some tea on Tasha K, come on over here so we can do an interview. Ridiculous. I'm not riding hard for anybody. I'm riding hard for what's right and what's wrong, weirdo. Y'all sound stupid when you make these dumbass comments in the chat about riding hard for people because you don't want nobody to be accountable. That's dumbass shit. What you mean riding? Who the fuck is jealous of fucking Tasha K? Tasha owes millions of dollars to people. What the fuck am I jealous of? I don't do the same kind of content as Tasha K. I don't have a reason to be jealous of Tasha K. I'm good over here. I don't owe nobody no money. I have integrity. There's no goddamn way I would ever put out anybody's business and they say they got a fucking NDA. I'm not going to court. I'm not giving no money to no attorneys for no fucking YouTube videos. Are you dumb? Y'all kill me with that same shit. Jealous of Tasha K. Who is jealous over someone owing $4 million to Cardi B and on your third damn lawsuit? Jealous of what? A YouTube channel? I have a YouTube channel just like she's got a YouTube channel. Her app is ran by Uscreen. I have Uscreen emailing me every day asking me to get an app. It's only $49 a month. Y'all are blinded by bright lights. This is not that deep. This woman has made this environment something that it should not be. This is supposed to just be for shits and giggles. We're supposed to be coming up here doing content that is supposed to be fun and entertainment. That is not entertainment. Laughing at the misery of other people, laughing at people's marriages falling apart. Would you want someone to come up here and expose your marriage and expose your husband and expose if he's cheating on you and got someone else pregnant and all of these things, and you got kids that can possibly run up on this information? It is ridiculous. It's not that serious. There is other content that can be done. The fact that she goes after people's darkest issues, let's go get some dark issues on her. Let's go find the mistress that Sheck is cheating on with her in Africa. Let's go do that. Let's go find some ex-employees of hers and find out and talk about how she's allegedly, is she screwing people in the studio while Sheck allows it? Let's go watch and get some tea on her. Tasha K has a huge platform. There's all types of content that she can choose to do. And the fact that she chooses to expose people's private, intimate moments, and she chooses to expose marriage infidelity and things that people are going through, that says a lot about her. So when her turn comes, I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear her crying. I don't want to hear her saying that, it's not right. I don't want her doxing nobody. I don't want to hear her shit. I don't want to hear shit from her because when her time comes, her time is going to come. There's going to be a blogger. There's going to be somebody that exposes you, that exposes your marriage, that exposes your problems and your secrets, because you've made it a living and you've made a career off of exposing other people's lives. So this is going to come back on you. I don't understand what your issue is with these celebrities or Kevin Hart or what, but this came like totally out of nowhere. And the girl that did this, I don't know if she just doesn't want to work in Hollywood or they fired her. So she wants to get, I don't know if she has a vendetta against Kevin because she said she likes Aniko and she loves Aniko, but she want to throw Kevin under the bus. What did Kevin do to you? Did he pass over you? He overlooked you and chose the stewardess? I mean, what was it giving? Did you want to have an affair with Kevin and he looked overlooked you? I mean, what's the problem? So the fifth cause of action is against the assistant. During the interview, Shakes made a number of statements regarding Plaintiff Hart. Those statements were published on Kibi's website, Tasha K Live. Shakes made statements during the interview that were false, including that Hart recorded a video of a sexual encounter and that he faced criminal charges regarding that supposed incident. Such statements were defamatory and were not privileged. Such statements had a natural tendency to injure Hart. Shakes' actions in publishing defamatory statements regarding Hart were done with oppression, fraud, and malice with the intention of depriving Hart of his personal liberty, property, and legal rights. So I'm going to tell you right now, when y'all in the chat and y'all want a windmill for this assistant and Tasha K, let me remind you that what they were accusing him of doing, oh, she must have had a phone and he must have had a phone. It must have been two cameras, and they just going. If you can't prove that, ma'am, that's a defamatory statement. Have we not learned from Cardi B versus Tasha K? Have we not learned what defamatory statements are? Have we not learned how a defamation case works? Have we not learned that you must have proof when you make such statements? You must be able to prove these statements. So you either had to be there and be able to say, well, I was there and I saw that the girl had a camera in her hand. I was there and I saw that Kevin had a camera. If you didn't see that, how are you going to prove that what you said was true? Whether or not it's true or not, whether or not it appears that way, how could they have had to be? You don't know that to be true. That is a defamatory statement when you can't prove it. This girl she got a lawsuit on her hand. She better be prepared to pay at least this $90,000 that he paid her, because that was part of that NDA. That's how much that NDA was worth, her salary. So that means you forfeited your salary because you forfeited your contract by speaking to Tasha K. For general damages, according to proof in excess of the jurisdictional minimum of this court, as for the first cause of action, this is what Kevin wants. He wants compensatory damages according to proof. He wants punitive damages as allowed by the law. And he wants general damages according to the proof in excess of the jurisdictional minimum for this court. As to the second cause of action for breach of contract, he wants the $90,000 and he wants attorney's fees. He wants the money that he paid her. As to the third cause of action against Tasha for intentional interference with this NDA, he wants $90,000 at least. Okay? And he wants punitive damages allowed by the law. For compensatory damages, for the fourth cause of action for invasion of privacy, he wants compensatory damages and he wants punitive damages. For defamation, he wants compensatory damages and punitive damages. And then on all causes of actions, for prejudgment interest as allowed by the law, he wants for costs of suit herein incurred, legal fees, and for such other and further relief as the court may deem proper. I don't know why anyone would think that this lawsuit is frivolous. It is not. Here is the confidentiality agreement that Maisha signed in 2017. Okay, so this just goes into what's protected, who's protected. We already know. The recipient also understands that access to all confidential information is granted on a need-to-know basis. So it also protects. So confidential information may be made confidential by law or by the protected parties' policies and may be in any form, including but not limited to. So this is what they constitute as confidential information. So it was observations, data, written materials, records, documents, drawings, photographs, computer programs, software, inventions, discoveries, improvements, developments, tools, machines, apparatus, appliances, designs, works of authorship, logos, systems, promotional ideas, customer lists, customer needs, practices, pricing information, processes, tests, concepts, formulas, methods, market information, techniques, trade secrets, product and or research related to the actual or anticipated research developments, products, organizations, marketing, advertising, and or business or finances of the protected parties. So right there, business or finances. You were speaking about how he cut a check or didn't cut a check, or talking about whether he gambles. And I mean, that's all protected. Recipient expressly agrees that the recipient shall not directly or indirectly, verbally or otherwise publish, disseminate, disclose, or cause to be published, disseminate, or disclose any confidential information to any person, firm, or entity whatsoever, including but not limited to friends, relatives, co-workers, newspapers, publications, television stations, radio stations, computerized website publishers, or any other enterprise involved in the print or electronic media, including individuals working directly or indirectly for or on behalf of any of the said parties. This NDA is a airtight NDA. This NDA covers everything. It is very detailed. So the term of this NDA, the obligation of the recipient herein shall commence on the effective date, and the recipient's non-disclosure and other obligations hereunder shall constitute in full force and effect indefinitely. Indefinitely. Recipient's obligation not to disclose shall not be affected by bankruptcy, receivership, assignment, attachment, or seizure procedures, whether initiated by or against recipient, nor by the rejection of any agreement between the owner and recipient by a trustee or recipient in bankruptcy, or by the recipient or as a debtor in possession of the equivalent of any of the foregoing under local law. Other information, this thing covers all types of stuff. No publicity. Recipient agrees not to disclose its participation in this undertaking, the existence or terms and conditions of the agreement, or the fact that discussions are being held with the owner. Not supposed to have any publicity. Not supposed to talk about that you even have an NDA. That's what that sentence meant. So, this is sever. So how can you sever this? And any term of this agreement is held, if any term of this agreement is held by a court or competent jurisdiction to be invalid or unenforceable, then this agreement, including any of the remaining terms, will remain in full force and effect as if such invalid or unenforceable term had never been included. Wow. And there was really no date. There is no end date for this NDA. It says indefinitely. If you go up here in the beginning, it said that this is indefinitely. So there is no end date. So any information that is protected under this was from 2017, indefinite. 2020, indefinite. Right? So yeah, this this is really, I don't understand how anybody thinks this is not legal. or that they're not gonna, that Kevin can't win this. He definitely can. And then as you see in 2020, this actual non-disclosure agreement gets even, look out, I mean, it's typed even differently. You know, this is where he got really serious right here, honey. And this one is, look, mandatory binding confidential arbitration will not apply to any claims necessarily excluded by law. And then so this says, like, if we read this already, if they sue and whoever prevails, then you have to pay that person's legal fees. She signed that. And then this is the letter of the cease and desist that they sent. So, I mean, it is clear that, you guys, that this NDA, it is an airtight NDA. And I don't see how anyone could think otherwise, that this is not something that can be won in court. What do I think about this? I think that Tasha K has not learned her lesson. She's not learned. This is the same situation that she found herself in with Star Marie and Cardi B. Same exact situation. You knew the girl was a possibility that she could have been lying, but you did not care, as long as it was going to bring you views, it was going to bring you subscribers. You know, like even when you see in the clip where she is looking at the picture of the, mistress or alleged mistress, or the person that is the, flight attendant or whatever, and the person that he's allegedly sleeping around in the office with or whatever. When they put the side-by-side picture, that was just messy. What if Aniko doesn't know about that? What if the kids don't know about that? But you just got it all out here on social media, Instagram, because I know his daughter Heaven is on Instagram, so I know she's seeing all this. And then the son, his teenage son, I know he's on Instagram, so they see the neighborhood talk and all. Y'all don't care about people's kids. It's obvious. Oh, I see you, Patty L. Thank you for the 1999. Thank you, Patty L. I greatly appreciate that. So yeah, this is ridiculous. Matter of fact, let's see. Let's see if I can gift some memberships. Let's gift 5 memberships. Let's see. Let's see. Can I gift? I'm trying to. Okay, here we go. No. Oh. I'm trying. I'm trying to see how I can do it. I'm trying to do it, guys. It said pick this. Let me see. Let me go to my. Oh, I think. No. 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 All right, let's see. Is it here? I know it's randomly picked, but I can push a button that says gift memberships. When I hit this, I'm supposed to be able to hit this button here, and it's supposed to say gift memberships. So let me go here. Give me a minute, guys. I want to gift some memberships. I want to try it. I want to try doing that. Everybody else be doing the little membership thing. All right, let's see. All right, I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do... No, that's not right. I'm going to do this. And then... Okay. Do... I think it's here. Yes. Okay, now how do I do it? Oh, God. I don't know. I'm going to have to learn how to do that. I'm going to have to learn how to do that because I looked at it and it told me to just hit this button right here. And it was supposed to say gift membership. And then I was supposed to be able to gift the membership. Oh, you know what? Let me try it over here. Let me see. Nope. Nope. It's still not working. Nope. Nope. So I will figure it out, you guys. And on my next live, I will be gifting some memberships, okay? Because I want to give out memberships. I'm gonna give it because we're gonna have a members only live. I was expecting to do it tomorrow. Yeah, so I was trying to give out some memberships for tomorrow. All right, so now what are y'all doing? Now what are you doing now? All right, so yes, but in any event, Tasha K extorting Kevin Hart. So what do we think about that? Drop in the comments and let me know what your thoughts are. I mean, Tasha K, is she going to jail? Do you guys think that the people are going to come for her? Are they going to knock on her door and arrest her and take her down to the goddamn precinct? Fingerprints, honey, that is a felony, Tasha. Not you extorting a man for $250,000. Now, I seen the comments in the chat when the people said, she said if she was going to extort Kevin Hart, it would have been for the millions that she owes Cardi B. Ma'am, ain't nobody going to pay you $1 million, let alone $3 million so that you don't air a video. Girl, stop. Like, I mean, the $250,000 was a lot of goddamn money. You would have been off better asking for the fee to pay the girl for her damn interview. Okay. But yeah, I mean, this is insane. This woman, she's just not going to have anything left. By the time it's all said and done, she's just not going to have a dime left. It's like, what is your YouTube career even for? What are you even going live for? What are you even doing these interviews for? Why are you even making money? Because it's just all going out in legal fees. Okay. We haven't even begun to see what they're going to do about her accessing those prison records of R. Kelly's. Okay. That is a federal crime. That is a federal offense. All right. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Okay. Makes no sense. I believe that you guys can do it in the chat, but if it's not working for me, it's not going to work for you, because you're supposed to hit that. You're supposed to hit the $, and then it's supposed to pop up that says gift memberships. Y'all, my hair is the type of hair that I have. It's soft, right? It's naturally curly. So when I straighten it out, it look at it. It's just like poof. It's just trying to poof. Look at it. It's just it's trying to poof. Look. Look at this. I have natural hair, so I don't have a perm or anything like that. I just straighten it out with the blow dryer and then try to put like some heat to it. But child, look at these. Look at this puffiness right here. Look at this. And then my nails, child, I gotta get my nails done. Just excuse me. I'm just up here just I came and did my live, okay? Oh, lipstick gifted. Oh, she gifted Tahara D. Got a membership. So it worked. How did you do it? Did you? Okay, so allow gifts. Okay, so I allow gifts. Okay, so I did that, so maybe now I can do it. No, I can't. So how did you do it? So tell me how you did it. Do you click on this button here? Because we're supposed just hit the membership, then pay. Oh, okay. Hit the I'm supposed to be able to give 5 free ones a month. That's what I'm saying. So I got to figure that out. Here we go. I don't know. I got to figure it out. Okay, hit the membership. What do you mean hit the membership? What, this green thing of yours? Let's see.
hit membership. Okay. It's still not working for me. Your memberships tab. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Okay, right. Click the person's name. No. That's giving you a moderator. Ugh. Yeah, because I'm supposed to be able to give memberships. I'm supposed to be able to give 5 free ones. So I'll figure it out, you guys. But yeah, this is a hot mess. Tasha K, girl, not you. Extorting Kevin Hart. So you guys drop in the comments and let me know what you think about this. We have read over the court documents. We've read over the complaint. And like I said, I explain how it works. I explain how it goes. Everybody is saying that, you know, he has given information and he has talked about him cheating, and he has admitted that, you know, he's cheated. He's talked about things in his comedy specials and different. That is not what they are suing for in that complaint. That is not what the defamatory statement was about. The defamatory statements that she is being sued for is the statements that she made regarding the other extortion case that Kevin Hart, you know, was affiliated in with his friend, or, you know, y'all know what that tea is. That's what they are talking about. And as far as the camera that, you know, when her and Tasha got this right here.
To me January 4th, 2020, and said, hello, Tasha. It's right here. He said, hello, Tasha. I just want to say thank you for keeping it 100. And in my opinion, riding for me during your segment regarding Kev, you won't regret it. I promise you. I'm so glad you see right through the bullshit. Just know I've been set up and framed for some shit I had 0 parts of. I also know that Kevin Hart wasn't even fucking extorted. He's lying about that. Nobody ever contacted Kevin Hart and demanded anything. We have hardcore evidence to prove this. So I guess that's because Kevin filmed the video. Also, as you saw in the docuseries, they tried to make it seem as if I'm still tied to some plot to extort Kevin. Lies. I'm now being charged with identity theft. So we went from 2 counts of extortion in the beginning that were dropped to identity theft. Unreal. Kevin and his team know what I know and made it a point to not let the world know because they know it would make Kevin look bad. Just know that in this case is way deeper than you think. And also, you are also correct. I will be vindicated very soon. Everything you said during the live segment in regards to the scandal has been spot on. He said the girl set up the camera. Again, we have proof and evidence that she was extremely involved in that aspect of it. I also know that I was never arrested for anything that happened that year. I was arrested because they had the nerve to say I sent Kevin Hart a demand email to his personal email account on April 27, 2018, talking about I had a molestation tape of him, which was totally false and desperate. A lie they jammed me up for. We also have proof for this fact as well. Proof meaning I was arrested for a second email they claim Kevin received 8 months later after the scandal. You notice they never mentioned or said anything to the world or the media in regards to that fact. Anyway, I would love to come on your show one day and drink some wine and talk about it. So, yes. And he said one more thing. Kevin lied about the FBI being involved. They were never involved in this case. Made up case. We have evidence of that as well. Ooh. Yes. And the woman's name is Montia Sabag. Yes. Yes. Okay. The one Kevin got it popping with, he says in Vegas behind setting him up.
Ooh. See? There must have been 2 cameras in that room. The one that Kevin had in his hand and the other one she had in his hand.
Now, see, that's where she got into trouble at, right there. There must have been 2 cameras in that room. The one Kevin had in his hand, the one she had in her hand.
You don't know what was going on in the room. You don't know who had cameras, if there was cameras, or what did he. You don't know because you weren't there. So that's a defamatory statement. And that is what they were suing for. That's what's in the complaint. Not what we out here talking about random and everybody in the comments thinking they attorneys. No, what's in the complaint. This shit right here is what they're suing for.
Her hand. But I didn't know she had.
But they flew together. He was on a plane with,
Correct.
With billionaires on his plane and flew to Vegas. And you said that does Kevin have a gambling problem or something?
Kevin definitely has a gambling problem.
Machine you worked for was the Harts.
Yeah.
Now here is another, this is where her breach of contract comes in from. Right here, take a listen.
Yes.
Kevin Hart.
Aniko Hart.
What made you reach out?
It is a time for Hollywood to hear this story, especially because a lot of people are locked in non-disclosures and they're not able to talk and protect themselves. But you have to protect the person you're working for. Where's your protection?
Now, why would you need protection? You have to protect the person that you're working for, but where's your protection? Why do you need protection? What is it that you need protection from? I didn't understand that statement. It sounded good, because y'all like for shit to sound good. And I bet people was in the comments like, that's right, girl, that's right. It sounded, but it makes no fucking sense. That don't make no goddamn sense. Listen to that shit. That don't make no fucking sense.
But you have to protect the person you're working for. Where's your protection?
What you need protection for, girl? You are binded by that contract to keep your goddamn mouth shut. That don't make any sense. So things that are being said here are covered under the NDA.
Things started to turn up around there.
The extortionist. I'm listening to Mario on the radio in the morning. I almost crashed my car because I heard him say that Kevin's best friend, JT Jackson, had set him up.
In exchange for millions of dollars.
All the charges were dropped against JT, but they weren't dropped against Kevin.
They redug up, I guess, old LGBTQ jokes or something.
Correct.
That he was saying on Twitter, and they wanted him to apologize, and he said, fuck you.
Haley is his publicist, so she called me. She was just like, hey, Maisha, have you spoke to Kevin? I was like, no.
Now, this right here is covered under the NDA. This is information that the public would not know. We would not be able to dig in, find, or anything like that. This is covered. She's talking about other employees that work for him. Hey, Maisha, Kevin's about to lose the Nike deal. They're calling saying Kevin's about to lose the Nike deal. That's covered under the NDA. You ain't supposed to be out here telling people that was what was being said.
No, I was like, Dave Becky just called me, his manager. Why? And then she was like, the whole Oscar thing, Kevin needs to say an apology. He's about to lose Nike.
The first scandal.
I mean, she's telling everybody name. Like, how you know these people want people to know that they work for Kevin Hart? Like, she's giving people whole goddamn names. He about to lose the Nike deal. Like, girl, you went, not you talking to Tasha K like she was fucking Diane Sawyer. Not you talking to Tasha K like she was Oprah or Gail. You are on a fucking app. They run to Tasha K like she's some fucking journalist. This woman is a tabloid, a wannabe fake ass Wendy Williams on a free fucking app. They run to her like she's some kind of damn Diane Sawyer, goddamn famous ass reporter.
Was with the first baby.
Correct.
The one in Vegas.
Yes.
So these other scandals.
It's another one in the office.
She pregnant again.
Correct. With her second baby.
And he's still leaving semen stains all over the counter at the Heartbeat Studio.
Correct.
And showering and then going home like.
Leaving semen stains on the couch at the Heartbeat Studios. Like, really? He's still leaving semen stains on the couch at the Heartwood and going home and showering. Tasha talks too goddamn much. She need to be sued.
I told Aniko, like, Kevin is cheating on you with a girl named Mix Morgan. She's his flight attendant. She's on his planes.
Does Kevin have a gambling problem or something?
His game is poker.
He gambled y'all money away and had to pay y'all half checks?
Yes. Well, exactly. It was Leland. Leland was messing with our money. But I said, here she is. Oh!
It was Leland. Leland was messing with our money. You giving out people names. Leland messed with the money. So now you are insinuating that Leland was stealing money or messing up money around there to Kevin Hart's company. How do we even know if that's true? Has that ever been documented anywhere? Is there any proof of that? She just out here saying that somebody named Leland was messing up the money. Now that was Leland. Like, girl, you giving out major information. This interview was a problem. And then y'all wonder why Joe Budden didn't want to air Tasha K's fucking interview. She is a liability. This woman is a loose cannon, liable to say anything, off the fucking chain. Just get up there and just start talking. She doesn't have any filter. She's very unprofessional. She don't know shit about being a journalist or interviewing. She just got good. She sit there and just talk to people. That's not interview. That is not good interview skills. She just got a good gift of gab and a good conversation. Like, she'll make people feel comfortable and be able, because she's ghetto. And, you know, she come like that, like, you know, little ghetto, the ghetto friend or the ghetto auntie, the ghetto sister or whatever. And people feel comfortable to sit there and talk and spill the tea. They know they're going to go viral. They know they're going to be on the Neighborhood Talk or the Shade Room after this shit. So that's all that they are, you know, they're just coming for the clout. Okay? This is ridiculous. This girl, she ain't going to have a job. This girl ain't working nowhere. If she really thinks she about to go somewhere and go work for another celebrity, she might as well think again. She gonna be down there at TSA or in a call center somewhere. She ain't gonna be working for no damn celebrities.
Ooh, she got it. She on vacation every day. When you see a bitch and all she do is post vacation pictures with no nigga beside her, the nigga taking the picture. He say, nah, baby. Girl, you know I'm gonna take the pictures for you as many angles as you want, but I can't to ensure he don't go up in these motherfucking photos.
Right. Nico, I love you. I'm not gonna speak bad on her.
Aniko's pretty.
Aniko's my girl.
I'm gonna let the winos judge. I'm gonna put up a side-by-side wife versus alleged side bitch.
You could say that Aniko is your girl. You could say all of that. Oh, God, this is... I can't look at myself. But you could say all of it. It's natural. Okay, I got hair on my head. I ain't bald-headed. Okay, I ain't bald-headed, y'all. I ain't bald-headed. But, girl, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This was just too much. It was just... I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. Messy. Yes, messy. Now, you can say all you want that Aniko is your girl and that you're not going to speak bad on Aniko. You think Aniko gives a fuck about that statement? You think she cared when because you put that little bit in there? You embarrassed this woman. You done told all they business. You done went on Tasha K show and just spilled the beans. So saying that Aniko is your girl, you don't do your girl like this. This ain't what you do to your girl. Sit up there and talk about the mistress, show pictures, and compare who look better. I ain't gonna talk bad about Aniko. Girl, what you think you doing by going to Tasha K? You think Aniko is like, girl, that's okay. Girl, you ain't talking bad, but that's okay. You over there, that's okay. Girl, you might as well go get unemployment. She might as well be on the unemployment line. She ain't gonna never work nowhere again, child. Never, ever. Stacy, I know, girl, a child. It's puffy. I'm just not used to, y'all know I'm a perfectionist. I'm just not used to, I don't even wear my hair. When I wear my hair down, I usually go to the Dominicans and let them, but I did not have time to do that. And, I usually would wear a curly, but I really wasn't feeling the curls. So I tried. Mooney, my hair, I wear it naturally curly. So I just did a little blow dryer thing tonight and tried to flat iron it, but the heat and these lights kind of like it's puffing up or whatever. It's trying to curl back. It's curling back. So, but yeah, girl, this is not looking good for Tasha K winos and Tasha K supporters. This is not looking good for her. I'm sorry, but we broke it down. And it's not what y'all saying it is. It's not, they're, talking about things. He trying to sue her for things that he already said. No, stop gaslighting. That's not what he's suing for. He is suing for defamation for them saying that he was in the hotel room with a camera and the girl had a camera. They're speaking on things that they don't know. Those are the specific things. That's what's in the NDA. That's, let me, I'm going to show it again. I'm going to show it again for the people that do not believe or they came in late. I'm going to show it again. This is what Kevin is suing for. When they say defamation, it is for specific statements. Okay? All right. Right here. All right, let me get to it. So this was the extortion. Now they put it against all defendants. They said that Shaky and Kibi, Shakes and Kibi is they both extortionists. The breach of contract is just against Shakes for violating her NDA. Now, interfering with the NDA is against Tasha. They want $90,000 for that, plus anything additional. Invasion of privacy. Now, here is where this is against all of the defendants. It is an invasion of privacy, public disclosure of private facts. Okay? They're not saying that you publicly disclose facts that people knew. They are saying that you publicly disclose facts that were private. All right. So it says here, in the interview, the defendants disclosed purported private facts regarding Hart, his family members, any employees that works at the Hart affiliated companies. Some of the matters that Shakes purported to disclose suggested private facts, including but not limited to statements regarding personal relationships affecting the employment status of personnel at Hart affiliated companies and interactions among Hart and his family members. Talking about that girl that is the stewardess, saying that he's, sleeping with her and that they have kids and stuff like that, that Leland messed up the money. Statements like that. Those are private facts that we don't know nothing about. The publication of such facts would be offensive and objectionable to the reasonable person. Okay, because the reasonable persons are people like us. It would be offensive and objectionable to us because we don't know anything about it. The purported private facts published during the interview are not of legitimate public concern. It's saying that we don't have this information that you gave. There is no concern to the public. We wouldn't have been thinking about it otherwise. Defendants' actions in publishing private facts regarding the plaintiffs were done with oppression, fraud, and malice, with the intention of depriving the plaintiffs of their personal liberty, meaning that you didn't have any reason to just talk about this. You did it for, clicks, views. You did it out of fraud and malice because there was no reason for you to be talking about this. Now, defamation. The statements that were defamatory are these statements right here. All right. Shakes made statements during the interview that were false, including that Hart recorded a video of a sexual encounter and that he faced criminal charges regarding that supposed incident. So right here, it says the defamatory statements is when she said that girl must, when that clip where she said Kevin, it must have been 2 cameras in there. Kevin must have had one. She must have had one. How do you know that? You weren't there. So he's saying that's not true. That's a lie. Such statements were defamatory and they were not privileged, meaning they were not known. You don't know what was going on because you weren't there. Such statements had a natural tendency to injure Hart. They have a natural tendency to injure him because he is married. And you are saying things that could injure his marriage, as well as his public image, as well as suggest that he recorded a sexual encounter with someone that might have not wanted to be recorded. So that is what is being sued for, you guys. Okay? You know I have to come with the receipts. I always come with the receipts. That is what, the charges are. Those statements that are defamatory are the statements that were made about the hotel encounter in Vegas, and as well as saying that Leland or people messed up money. That's what were the breach of contract, saying things that are not known in the public and that nobody would otherwise be thinking of. You can't do that. Especially when you have an NDA. That's what constitutes defamation. Okay? And then if you can't prove that the statements that you are making, that you believe them to be true, and you have stuff to back it up, you can't prove that. So she's not going to win that in court. Were you there, Miss Shakes? Did you see them with cameras, Miss Shakes? No. Oh, well, there you go. So, that's it. That's all. That's really all that I have to say about this. It's common sense that it is just a mess. Tasha has way more fish to fry than to be worried about the SweetpeaDiaries. She is pressed over here, all the time in my secretly in my fucking chat. She's leaving comments acting like she's somebody else. She is pressed, okay, about my coverage of her case with Cardi B. And now she's going to be pressed because we're going to cover this shit with Kevin Hart. And we're going to cover any other lawsuit that comes down the pike when it comes to you. Okay, you are pressed, and there's no reason that you should be pressed because you are doing this shit to yourself. You are giving us content. You are just the gift that keeps on giving. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, what is it? What do you want? Do you ever want any money? Do you ever want a YouTube channel? And this woman is treading lightly because I can see. Y'all remember Kevin Hart had somebody else's shit snatched. Now I can see these platforms coming down. Okay? You let Kevin start letting the elite get involved. You let Kevin start making some brotherhood and some brotherly contacts. Okay? Y'all want to talk about, these celebrities in the Illuminati. Let him start making some contacts over there at YouTube. Let him start open up that Rolodex and open up them contacts in that iPhone. Let him start really calling people. I can see that YouTube channel come tumbling down. And that app is monitored by Uscreen. You can't go running back over there to Patreon. Every time you go over there, they kick you off. I don't understand. Does this woman want a career at all? I don't understand it. It's the same thing she did with Star Marie. The exact same blueprint. Okay. And then I now see she's got friends over there at the Neighborhood Talk. The Neighborhood Talk is posting everything that Tasha K is doing. Okay, they are working hand in hand. They post her, so then the people go that don't have her app or that aren't subscribed, they go running over and subscribe, and they go run over and purchase the app. And I mean, Wiley and people like him seem to think this is genius and, she's smart and Tasha knows what she's doing. Tasha K does not know what she's doing. Tasha K is not smart. Anybody in their right mind can see that this woman is a clout chaser, that she will do anything for money, anything for clicks and views. Anything goes. There is nothing that is off limits, and that is dangerous. She's not going to have any meaningful relationships with anyone in the industry. She's not going to get any kind of deal, any BET show, nothing. She can just stay right over there on the app and right over here on YouTube until they decide to snatch her shit off. Because, man, she ain't going nowhere with nobody that is in no industry, that's in Hollywood. That's nothing, because she cannot be trusted. She's building a reputation and building a name for herself. Did you see what that attorney put in that paperwork? That she is known for having lawsuits with celebrities, reporting on tabloids and salaciousness. And she's known. This is what she's synonymous with. I told you that. But she's all right with that. She's all right with being a, shock jock. But it's just more than shock jock, right? Because it's lies. They said her videos and her claims, they have no merit. They have no... There is no meaning, no truth to them, nothing. She just making up shit, just going live, just doing interviews, child. Just doing videos, just doing anything to get a click and a view and a like and a share. What y'all saying in the chat? Yeah, she really did. Lipstick Drama says she really did break that NDA. Yes. Yeah, she dropping names too, right? So, going over the lawsuit, that's why I wanted to really go over the paperwork so you guys could see it. I'm pretty sure other people have read it and everything, but I hadn't read it and I wanted to see what was going on. I had to pay for it because it wasn't on Pacer. I had to actually go to the Los Angeles Superior Court and get that. It was $11.40. And my subscribers, they make sure that we have what we need. We be having little funds. We got a little fund. And sometimes I can go to people and be like, hey, you want to pay for this? You want to donate, or whatever. Because these court documents cost money, but $11.40, we pay for that. But I was surprised that it wasn't on Pacer. I was like, why is it not on Pacer? But in any event, this is a mess. They sent her a cease and desist, told her that they called the police. That didn't even deter her. She don't care. You know why? Because she think her shit don't stink. She doesn't believe shit till it happens. They warned her and tell her, listen, we called the police. We're going to go after you for this. And she laughed, shrugged it off, kept going. It don't make any sense. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. So that's all I have, you guys. That's it. That's all for this video. Okay. You guys see, drop in the comments if you catch a replay. You guys see what it is. I showed you the court documents, showed you the NDA that Maisha signed, 2 of them. She has admitted that she had an NDA, but I don't think she understood the gravity, of what it really meant when she signed it and agreed to it. I think she believes that, I don't work there anymore. I don't work for him anymore. Or the NDA wore off or whatever. It's not, they don't work like that. This one is indefinite. There was no time frame. There was no, okay, you can start talking after this. This was indefinite. She's never supposed to talk. There's no, okay, it's over. You can spill the beans. What would be the NDA be for then? What would be the point of an NDA if you can just wait for a few years and then you can talk? NDAs don't work like that. They are indefinite. You sign it for the course of your employment. It's true. Like you're saying, okay, 3 years, 90,000, however he put it. But that clause in there, it says indefinite. What would be the point of an NDA if I'm locking you in a contract and I'm saying, I don't want you to talk about what you see around me. You can't give out information or whatever. You can't go to the press. You can't do this. But then after so many, you're not an employee anymore. Yeah, you can go run off and talk about it. No. It logically, common sense. What do we say? # we can read. Common sense would tell you that there would be no point. Well, what would be the point of an NDA if you can just wait it out and then talk? No, it's not working like that. Especially not this one. We just read that. If there are some that exist where you can wait till it's over and then talk, well, okay, to me that doesn't make any sense, because what would be the point? But in these NDAs, he made it a point. There are no loopholes. I did not see loopholes that she tried to say. That there are none. It says indefinite. It says she ain't supposed to be going to no journalists, no tabloids, no Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, none of that. She ain't supposed to be going to no Tasha K Live on no Uscreen app. She ain't supposed to be doing none of that. She ain't supposed to be talking to no shock jocks. She ain't supposed to be doing none of that. And she did it anyway, right? And Tasha sits back and lets these people do this shit because she feels like, you're doing it. It ain't me. It ain't me, bitch. You're doing it, bitch. It ain't me. I'm covered. I'm covered. I'm motherfucking Tasha K. It ain't me, bitch. And meanwhile, she's sitting back, not even realize, honey, she about to be sued. That she's doing shit that she's about to be legally accountable for. You just call somebody to break an NDA. You just call somebody to breach a contract. And now she got to pay the $90,000. Wow, girl. That's it, you guys. That's all I have for this video. Thank you for tuning in. You guys be sure to like this video, share this video. Oh, I did want to say thank you for all of the views on the Diddy, I'll Be Sure, Kim Porter video. We are approaching 19,000 views. So yay! It looks like the video that we dropped, the premiere yesterday that we did for the Russell Simmons, Kimora Lee, the grooming and the allegations that he, ran off the Bally. You guys go check that video out. It is airing now. And we have just hit over 1,000 views, I think, on that. And we just aired that one last night, so things are looking good for 2024. And now on the backup channel on Diaries of the Lost, probably on Sunday, I will be uploading the next installment for our missing series. People that have gone missing. Episode 3 we are on. And we are doing another one. This one is going to be a little probably triggering because it is involving a child, maybe about 2 or 3 children. So make sure you guys are tuned in and you are subscribed to Diaries of the Lost so that you get notifications when we upload that video as well. So as always, like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Good night.